Hey there, Brody. Game changer here, mate. Right, okay. So the reason why I've took these screen grabs is just to get an idea of what you're doing and what you're not doing. So what I'm looking at really is just what's causing your defense to perhaps be a little bit lower, and see if there's anything I can do to help you. And to be fair, maybe nobody's ever gone through anything with you as well, which I think is really important that you get that help. Now, first thing I would observe here, if you look at your war factory for your defenders, you've got two tanks in that first slot, so if you look closely, nothing will actually come out of your base for 28 seconds, and then 14 seconds after that, another tank. So perhaps if you reverse that and had one tank and then two tanks, so your first tank will come out after 14 seconds, you might find that better. You can also look if you spent 225k, if you obviously get out there and earn some pennies, that you'll be able to upgrade that and have another 100 points of vehicles in your defence. So that's one thing I would look at. Now, if you look here, what I would do there, brother, is I would start making as many mortarmen as you can. Now, for me, in that first slot there, if you haven't got people like snipers and things, which I suspect you haven't at the moment, I would be going mortarmen. So I would want about 5 mortarmen. They'll come after 8 seconds, and then another 5 mortarmen will come after 8 seconds, and then so on and so forth. But at the moment you've got 13 seconds, and then 8 machine guns are going to come out. And to be fair, you'll know yourself, if you take on machine gunners, they're not really going to cause you any bother. So I would probably have a little look at that for us if you could as well, brother. Next thing I observe is here your platoon Charlie. You're very, very tank oriented. That suggests that you're taking bases out with a sledgehammer, and it's all about survival. Can they take out me before I take out them? And if they don't, you win. And I get that, but it's not very oil efficient. It's not very effective. It's going to lead to heavy losses. And if you also look here, you've got basically, again, if you can get your metal up to 390, you'll get your troop count up to 1,000. You've only got 800 at the moment, so you'll get a lot more vehicles in there. So I'm going to send you some videos on different types of attack techniques. I want you to start looking at getting, if you can do this event, maybe get something like the PK, the PKI that is an absolute fantastic vehicle. I mean, once again, if you look at your Alpha here, it's tank, tank, tank. It's like, fucking hell, smash my way through. Hopefully, I can take all the damage by the salvo. And what you've done is you've really brutaled your attack up, but there's no finesse. I mean, you've got a couple of mortarmen, but I suspect with the mortarmen, you're going to be trundling in. It's going to be that slow, the attack, that, you know what I mean. It's going to be a bit of carnage. I'm sure you win many, but it's not going to be graceful, if you get me meaning. I mean, obviously you're doing all right because you're attacking at 78%, but I reckon you're going to take that much oil damage, that much damage to your troops. You're going to be spending that much oil. You'll maybe only get 2 or 3 attacks in a day, and I suspect you'll also be feeling a bit, meh, oh, good, I'm not very good, or whatever it might be. And apologies if you're not, by the way, but I suspect it will. If I could make you sort of play a little bit better and keep your oil and make your attack look absolutely shit, I reckon you'll be strutting around like bees knees, mate. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm about. So I'll help with that. So if you look at this PKIFV, that is something I want you to see if you can get in this monthly event. It costs peanuts, very little amount of points to get that one. If you can get the Humvee IFV, then be my guess, that's about 15 grand worth of points. If you get the IFV, what will happen is you'll be able to buy Humvees at £100,000 or 100,000 metal each. Seems a lot, but at the moment, to buy Humvees, you would have to, which you do need to, you would have to actually use crits. Now I want to use the crits for actual upgrading rather than for buying. So if you can get onto that page, that would be absolutely superb. But the IFV is an absolutely fantastic vehicle. Humvees themselves, I think, are better, but then you need the crits to buy them. So I got the IFV so I could build and create a platoon of them, and then I obviously went back to the normal ones. So your mission at this moment, certainly defense-wise on these screens, are to get your alpha upgraded so you can get more troops in it. Helicopters are absolutely fantastic. Keep that exactly as it is. I want you to start looking at some of the videos I'm going to send you and start thinking about this defence, and try and get these abs upgraded, because it's really all about the abs from now. These Abrahams, they need to be good level 4s and 5s and things like that. You know, perhaps if you look at your daily oil raids, you can maybe get your some crits for your abs. Don't build any more choppers. Keep them as they are. I know it's tempting to build lots and lots, but again, that's crits. You want to be using your crits for upgrading as much as possible. Crits for upgrading. Can't get that into people enough at this stage. Okay, brother, I'll stop there and send this one. I'm going to send another one on your base.